Hey everybody! Welcome to this A1 English listening practice video. You can use this video to practice your listening and your understanding. Just relax. Listen and learn. You're doing great already, just by being here. Today, we're going to talk about something very simple, but very important. How to say hello. I know it sounds easy, but even simple words can feel difficult in a new language. When I started learning languages, I was afraid to say hello to people. I didn't want to say it the wrong way. I didn't want them to laugh at me. But I learned something important. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to try. Let's begin with formal greetings. These are the words you use when you meet someone at school, at work, or in a serious situation. Repeat after me. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good evening. Take your time. Say the words slowly. Say them clearly. You don't need to be perfect. Just speak. Speaking is learning. Now I will use these greetings in full sentences. Repeat with me. Hello, my name is Paul. Hello, my name is Paul. Good morning, teacher. Good morning, teacher. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. How are you doing? Still with me? Great, let's keep going. When I was learning a new language, I used to confuse good evening and good night. That's normal. You're going to make mistakes too. And that's okay. We all make mistakes. I still make mistakes in other languages, but I keep speaking. And every time I speak, I get a little better. So, please, don't worry about being perfect. Just keep speaking and keep enjoying the process. Let's practice one more time. Repeat after me again. Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. You can say these words to people when you see them. They are polite. They are friendly. They are useful. And you already know them. Great job. You're learning. You're improving. And I'm proud of you. Before we move on, I want to share something personal with you. When I started learning my first foreign language, I was nervous all the time. I was afraid to speak. Even saying hello felt scary. I remember standing in front of the mirror. I practiced the word hello over and over. Hello. 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 But when I saw a real person, I froze. My heart beat fast. My brain went blank. And I said, nothing. It was frustrating. I wanted to speak so badly, but my fear stopped me. Maybe you feel like that too. Maybe you want to speak, but something inside tells you, what if I say it wrong? What if people laugh at me? I want to tell you something very important. It's okay to feel scared. It's okay to feel nervous. You are not alone. Every language learner feels this way, even me. But here's the truth. If you keep speaking, the fear gets smaller. Every time you try, you grow. I didn't become confident in one day. It took weeks, months, sometimes even years. But it started with one word, just one word. Hello. That word opened the door to many conversations. And now I speak with people from all over the world. So if you feel scared, speak anyway. If you feel shy, speak anyway. If you make a mistake, speak anyway. You are learning, you are growing, and I am proud of you. Now, let's continue. Let's learn more ways to say hello in everyday life. Before we begin learning greetings, I want to talk to you about something simple, but powerful. Listening. Maybe you're feeling nervous right now. Maybe you've studied English before, but speaking still feels scary. That's okay. What you're doing right now, just listening, is one of the best things you can do. Listening trains your brain. It teaches you the rhythm of the language, the flow, the melody. You start to recognize words, then phrases, then full ideas. Think about music. You don't need to sing a song to feel it. You just need to listen. And over time, you start to remember the words. You understand the emotion. You connect with it. Language is the same. If you listen often, without pressure, without stress, your brain starts to understand naturally. You don't have to memorize anything. You don't have to be perfect. Just listen. Even if you only understand 50%, you're learning. Even if you miss a word, you're learning. Even if it feels slow, you're learning. And every time you listen, your understanding grows. That's why this channel exists. It's for people like you. People who want to understand English in a natural, calm way. No stress, no pressure, just simple English. For real people. So before we go on, take a moment. Breathe. Remind yourself, every time I listen carefully, I understand a little more. And every minute I spend listening, I'm training my mind to think in English. Let me tell you something most learners don't know. Learning a language is not about intelligence. It's about consistency. You don't need to study 5 hours a day. You don't need expensive books. You just need a habit, a small habit. Like listening to English for 10 minutes every day. Just 10 minutes. While you walk, while you cook, while you relax. It might not feel like much, but every minute adds up. Today, you're listening to this video. That means you're already building your habit. Tomorrow, maybe you'll listen again. And the next day. And one day, you'll notice something. You understand more. You don't need subtitles. You feel confident. It doesn't happen in 1 week. It doesn't happen in 1 month. But it does happen. English becomes part of you. Not something you study, but something you live. So keep going. This is not just practice. This is your new habit. And it's working. Now that you're here, listening quietly, I want to share one more thing with you. Trust the process. Sometimes, learning a language feels slow. You listen and listen, and wonder, am I really improving? The answer is yes. Your brain is doing something amazing right now. Even if you don't realize it, it's listening. It's noticing patterns. It's creating connections. And slowly, those connections become understanding. One day you'll hear a word, and you'll know what it means without thinking. That's not magic. That's the power of daily listening. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you feel stuck. Maybe you think you'll never understand native speakers. But let me tell you something. You will. Step by step. Minute by minute. Word by word. You don't need to rush. You don't need to do it perfectly. Just come back every day. And listen. Don't give up after a few days. Don't judge your progress too soon. Just keep listening. With calm, with patience, and with trust. You're doing better than you think. Let's begin. Okay, now let's talk about informal greetings. These are greetings you can use with your friends, family, or people your own age. They're easy, fun, and very common in everyday English. Let's start with the most popular one. Hi, just hi. It's short, it's friendly. Repeat with me. Hi. You can say it to anyone, almost any time. Another one is, hey. This is even more casual. It's very common in the United States. Repeat with me. Hey. Now try these. Hi, how are you? Hey, how's it going? Hi there. Nice to see you. Let's break them down and repeat slowly. Hi, how are you? Hey, how's it going? Hi there, nice to see you. Great job. Now let me tell you something. When I first started speaking English, I thought I had to use big, complex words. But I was wrong. Simple words are powerful. Just saying hi or hey can start a conversation. It shows confidence. So don't feel like you need to say something long. Start small. Start with one word. Hi. Let's practice some short conversations. I'll say both sides. Then I'll leave a pause for you to repeat. Hi. Hi. Hey, how are you? I'm good. How about you? I'm fine, thanks. Now your turn. Hi. Hey, how are you? I'm good. How about you? I'm fine, thanks. Let's try another one. Hi there. What's your name? My name is Paul. And you? I'm Ben. Nice to meet you. Repeat with me. Hi there. What's your name? My name is Paul. And you? I'm Ben. Nice to meet you. You don't have to say everything perfectly. You just need to keep trying. Every time you repeat, your brain learns more. You're building a habit. You're building confidence. One word at a time. You're doing amazing. Let's keep going in the next part. We'll learn how to say goodbye in many different ways. But for now, take a deep breath and say it with me one more time. Hi. Hey, how are you? I'm good. Nice to meet you. Great job. Now let's talk about saying goodbye. We've learned how to say hello, but every conversation has two parts, the beginning and the end. So how do we say goodbye in English? Let's start with the most basic one. Goodbye. Repeat with me. Goodbye. This is simple and polite. You can use it in any situation. But there are other ways too. Let's practice more. Bye, just one word. Bye. See you later. Say it slowly. See you later. See you soon. Take care. Have a nice day. Now try them all again with me. Goodbye. Bye. See you later. See you soon. Take care. Have a nice day. When I started learning English, I always said good night to say goodbye, even in the afternoon. But in English, good night is only used before going to bed. So if it's 3 p.m., you don't say good night. You say goodbye or see you. It took me time to learn this, and I made the mistake many times. But people were kind. They smiled. They understood. That's something I want you to remember. People are kinder than you think. If you make a mistake, it's okay. You're learning. They will still understand you. Let's try a mini conversation. Goodbye, Anna. See you tomorrow. Repeat. Goodbye, Anna. See you tomorrow. Let's try another one. Bye, Ben. Take care. You too. See you soon. Now one more. Have a nice day. Thanks. You too. Repeat. Have a nice day. Thanks. You too. You're doing great. You now know many ways to say goodbye. Use the one that feels right for you. Formal or casual, it's your choice. The important thing is this. Don't be afraid to speak, even if your pronunciation isn't perfect, even if you forget a word. You are trying, and that's powerful. Keep going. You're doing better than you think. Take a moment and look back at everything you've already learned today. Maybe it doesn't feel like much. Maybe it feels too simple. But that's not true. Today, you didn't just hear English, you understood it. You followed real phrases, real conversations, real emotions. You learned how to say hello politely, how to greet your friends casually, and how to say goodbye in different moments. And more than that, you practiced understanding natural English. Not from a textbook, but from life. That's something special. Many learners feel stuck. They study for months, even years, but still feel afraid when someone speaks to them. But you're doing something different. You're listening. You're learning with real language. You're training your brain to recognize the music of English, and that takes courage. Because real progress doesn't always feel fast. It's quiet. It's slow. It happens deep inside your mind, little by little, until one day something clicks. You hear someone say, "How's it going?" And without thinking, you know exactly what they mean. That's what you're building. Not just words, not just phrases, but confidence. So if today you understood just a little more than yesterday, that's a win. If today you listened longer than usual, that's a win. If today you stayed calm, stayed present, and didn't give up, that's a big win. Learning a language isn't about being perfect. It's about staying in the process. And you're doing that. Right now, you're not just listening to English. You're becoming someone who lives with English. So be proud. You've already done more than most people ever try. And we're just getting started. Let's keep going, together. Now that you know how to say hello and goodbye, let's go even deeper. In English, we don't always use the same greetings. Sometimes we say different things depending on the place, the person, or the time of day. So let's practice greetings and goodbyes in different real-life situations. I'll give you examples. You repeat after me. In a video call or online class. Hi, can you hear me? Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you again. Let's get started. Repeat. Hi, can you hear me? Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you again. Let's get started. These are great for work, school, or online English lessons. In a store or restaurant. Hello, how can I help you? Hi, I'm just looking. Thanks, that's all for now. Have a good one. Repeat with me. Hello, how can I help you? Hi, I'm just looking. Thanks, that's all for now. Have a good one. At work or school when leaving. See you tomorrow. Take care. Have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of your day. Repeat. See you tomorrow. Take care. Have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of your day. With friends you haven't seen in a while. Hey, long time no see. It's so good to see you. How have you been? I've missed you. Repeat with me. Hey, long time no see. It's so good to see you. How have you been? I've missed you. These are warm and friendly expressions. Use them with people you care about. When ending a phone call. Okay, I have to go now. Talk to you later. Bye for now. Thanks for calling. Repeat. Okay, I have to go now. Talk to you later. Bye for now. Thanks for calling. Let's do a quick quiz. I'll describe a situation. You decide what greeting or goodbye to use. You walk into your English class at 9 a.m. What do you say? You leave a cafe after paying. What do you say? You see a close friend you haven't seen in months. What do you say? You finish a video call with your teacher. What do you say? Pause and say your answer. Don't worry if it's not perfect. This is practice. I remember one of my first experiences using English in real life. I was traveling in the United States. I walked into a small store. I didn't plan to talk. I just wanted to look around. But a worker smiled and said, "Hello, how can I help you?" My heart started to beat fast. I didn't know what to say. I froze. Then I remembered a phrase I had studied. I looked at him and said, "Hi, I'm just looking." He smiled again and said, "No problem. Let me know if you need anything." I was so happy inside. It was a short sentence, but I said it. After that, I walked around the store, picked up one small item, and went to pay. At the counter, the worker said, "Have a good one." I smiled and said, "Thanks." That was it. A short visit, a small phrase, but a big moment for me. I used real English for the first time, and I still remember how that felt. Here's something I've learned while studying other languages. Context is powerful. Learning phrases for real situations helps you speak faster because your brain recognizes the moment. So practice these phrases often. Say them out loud. Imagine the situation. And one day, when it happens, you'll be ready. You've already learned so much. Let's keep going with some practice dialogues next. You're doing great. Let's take everything we've learned and put it into practice. In this part, I will say mini dialogues. Short, simple conversations that you can use every day. You will hear both sides of the conversation. Then I'll pause so you can repeat. Let's begin. Conversation 1. Hi. Hi. How are you? I'm fine. And you? I'm great, thanks. Now repeat with me. Hi. Hi, how are you? I'm fine. And you? I'm great, thanks. Nice job. Let's do another. Conversation 2. Good morning, Anna. Good morning. How are you today? I'm okay. A little tired. Me too. I didn't sleep much. Now repeat. Good morning, Anna. Good morning. How are you today? I'm okay. A little tired. Me too. I didn't sleep much. That's real conversation. Simple, honest, and real. Conversation 3. Hello, my name is Maria. Hi, Maria. I'm James. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Where are you from? I'm from Brazil. And you? I'm from Canada. Now you repeat. Hello, my name is Maria. Hi, Maria. I'm James. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Where are you from? I'm from Brazil. And you? I'm from Canada. You're doing amazing. Conversation 4. Let's practice saying goodbye. Bye, David. See you later. See you. Have a nice day. Thanks. You too. Now repeat. Bye, David. See you later. See you. Have a nice day. Thanks. You too. You can also combine greetings and goodbyes in the same situation. Let's try. Hi, Clara. How are you? I'm good. What about you? I'm fine. Just tired. Okay, I have to go now. All right, bye. Take care. Bye. Repeat with me. Hi, Clara. How are you? I'm good. What about you? I'm fine. Just tired. Okay, I have to go now. All right, bye. Take care. Bye. This is how real English sounds. Simple, friendly, honest. You don't need to speak fast. You don't need difficult words. You just need to practice. Keep speaking, keep repeating, and little by little, you will feel more confident. You've come a long way today. You listened to greetings. You heard real conversations. You followed different ways to connect with people, formally, casually, and in everyday situations. But more important than the words, you stayed present. You took time for yourself. You gave your brain a gift, quiet learning, through listening. And that's powerful. Most people never even start. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect method, the perfect accent. But you didn't wait. You showed up. You pressed play, and you kept listening until the end. That tells me something about you. You're serious, you care, and you're willing to grow one step at a time. This video is not just a lesson, it's a beginning of a new habit, a new mindset, a new relationship with English. So no matter where you are in the world, no matter how long your journey takes, remember this. Every time you listen, you grow. Even when it feels slow, even when it's hard, even when you don't understand everything, you're moving forward. One word at a time. One video at a time. One step at a time. And I'll be here to walk with you. This is just the beginning. You've learned a lot today. Let's take a moment to review everything together. Let's start with greetings. Repeat with me. Hello. Hi. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Now let's review goodbyes. Goodbye. Bye. See you later. Take care. Have a nice day. You did amazing. Seriously, I'm proud of you. Now I want to share some tips to help you remember what you learned. These tips helped me when I was learning other languages. Tip number 1. Say greetings out loud every day. Look in the mirror. Say, hi, good morning, bye. Say them with confidence. Even if nobody is watching, you're training your brain. Tip number 2. Use greetings in real life. Say hi to your teacher. Say bye to your friend. Start small. You don't have to speak a lot. Just one word is enough to begin. Tip number 3. Watch this video again. The more you listen, the more you remember. You can repeat after me again and again. Repetition is the key. Now let's do a fun exercise. I'll say a situation. You decide what greeting or goodbye to use. Ready? You see your teacher at 9 a.m. What do you say? You leave the store after shopping. What do you say? You meet a new friend. What do you say? You go home after class. What do you say? Take a moment to answer each one. There's no pressure, just practice. You can pause the video. You can repeat the whole thing tomorrow. You're in control of your learning. Before we finish, I want you to remember this. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. Even if you only learn one word today, that's one more word than yesterday. Even if you make mistakes, you are learning. And that's what matters. Thank you for being here. Thank you for learning with me. And thank you for not giving up. Leave a comment and tell me, what greeting do you use the most in your daily life? I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Take care. Have a nice day.